Hello guys, so this is our day 2 video about our book Rainbow Fish to the Rescue. So let's talk about the characters in our book. Who are the main characters in the story? We've got Rainbow Fish, we've got all of his friends with the sparkly shiny scale, and then we've got the striped fish, but we also have the shark. The shark was one of the characters. I think that was it in our book. So let's go ahead and get into the read again. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there swam a school of fish, not just ordinary fish. Each one had a sparkling silver scale. Ever since Rainbow Fish had shared his scales, these fish had done everything together. They swam together, they played together, they ate together, they even rested together, floating in the shadows of the reef. They were so happy together, they had no interest in other fish, so one day when a little striped fish swam through their game of flash tag, they all stared at him. "Hey," little fish said, "can I play too?" "It's flash tag," said one little fish, "and you don't have a flashing scale." So the setting of our story, where's the setting of this story at? You see all of the reef and all this stuff, so would this be underwater in the ocean? It looks like it. So the setting of our story is going to be in the ocean. That's where fish live and sharks. So, do you have to have a special scale? The little striped fish asked. "Of course you do," said the fish with the jagged fins. "Come on, let's play," he called to the others. "Don't worry about him." Then all the fish turned and went back to their game. Rainbow Fish hesitated. He was afraid of losing his new friends, so he didn't dare stand up to the fish with the jagged fins. Feeling a little ashamed, Rainbow Fish reluctantly swam off to join the others. So what's the problem in our story? We've got the little striped fish right here who doesn't have a shiny scale, and his friends don't want to play with him, or these friends don't want to play with him because he doesn't look like them and he doesn't have a shiny scale. The little striped fish floated all alone at the edge of the reef. He looked sad as he watched the game. The other fish were having such fun, darting and diving in the deep blue sea, their shiny scales sparkling. Rainbow Fish remembered what it felt like to have no friends and how lonely he had been when all of the fish had ignored him. He had been so proud of his glittering scales that he had refused to share them. No wonder nobody had wanted to play with him. But now his friends did want to play, and Rainbow Fish soon was caught up in the game. No one was paying attention when danger entered the reef. So what's our danger? It's a shark. Suddenly, a shark shot like an arrow into the middle of the school. The fish darted in every direction and managed to escape their hiding places. There, in a narrow crack in the reef, the shark could not reach them. They were safe, but the little striped fish wasn't. Rainbow Fish couldn't keep still. He was so worried. "What's wrong?" asked the skinny fish. "It's the little striped fish," said Rainbow Fish. "He's all alone out there. We've got to help him." So how do you think the striped fish is feeling? He's probably really scared with the shark out there with him. He's scared and afraid and lonely, and he probably thinks he's not going to make it out. With that, Rainbow Fish left the safety of the hiding place. "Let's go," he called. The other fish trembled with fear, but they knew what they had to do. They sped out of the crack after the Rainbow Fish. They soon saw the shark, and there was the little striped fish swimming and spinning away from his jaws. Rainbow Fish could see that the little fish's strength was failing fast. "Hurry," shouted Rainbow Fish, and all the fish swarmed straight for the shark. This confused the shark because usually fish swam away from him. He turned this way and that, snapping right and left until he was dizzy. The shark almost got the fish with the jagged fins, but he escaped with just a few scratches. Quietly, Rainbow Fish led the little striped fish to safety. "You were really brave," said the little striped fish. "Thanks for saving my life." Together they watched as the exhausted shark gave up and swam away. When all the fish returned safely to the reef, they welcomed the little striped fish. "Why don't you stay and play with us?" Rainbow Fish offered. "How can I play flash tag when I don't have a shiny scale?" asked the little striped fish. "We can play fin tag instead," said the fish with the jagged fin. "Touch a fin and you're it." All the fish cheered, and then they swam off to play together in the deep blue sea. The end. So, how did Rainbow Fish feel when his friends didn't want to play with the striped fish? He hesitated, and he was scared that he would lose his friends because he wanted to be nice to the striped fish. So he ignored the striped fish and went with his friends, so he was probably feeling pretty sad. So why did Rainbow Fish hesitate when his friends told the striped fish he couldn't play? Because he was scared that they wouldn't want to be his friend anymore if he was nice to this little fish. So he was very worried about the striped fish's feelings. And worried was one of our vocabulary words, and so was hesitate. So our big question today, again for this book, is why did they not want the striped fish to play with them? Because he didn't look like him, right? This little fish didn't look like the rest of his friends, and like Rainbow Fish, he was just kind of plain. He didn't have any sparkly, shiny stuff on him, so they thought that he was too different to to play with them. So remember, we have to always be kind and friendly to people that are friends that don't look like us, and we have to accept them for exactly who they are.